just about to get underway. Underdogs versus iTag back. Now, I think that's a Twitter reference. I don't know. I'm old. Who knows?
I don't probably. Like, I don't know, actually. I have no idea what iTag back means. Probably Twitter reference. Let me Google it and see if the newfangled Google gives me anything. iTag back.
Still round 2 action as we wait for the players to jump in. It looks like they're just about here. So we're actually going to wait for the admins to send them in, get them out onto the pitch. It'll be really interesting. Incognito, It's Gringo, and Tway, Bobby. That's the underdogs. iTag back, Bobby, Wiffle Bat Whacker. That's fantastic. And Azure Dragon, another great name. Good to see you guys here. I don't think I've heard of these guys too much either. iTag back, looks like they have recently formed, at least according to Smash, and just from what I can gather, the underdogs looks like they might be a pickup team as well. A group of friends. Best way to experience a tournament, guys. If you guys want to enter, join the Discord. There's always announcements letting you know when a tournament is going on 3 times a week here at Nexus. A 1v1, a 2v2, and this here 3v3. Always a blast. Jump in with a couple of your friends, see what happens. And it's a great experience. Jim, I don't know if you've played in many tournaments, but every time I play in a tournament, I always learn something.
Yeah. I used to play and then I was like, why am I playing when I can just be the guy criticizing people playing, you know? And I was like, let me just be the guy criticizing these idiots, and that's what I did.
Wow.
When I say idiots, I mean me and my teammates, not you and your teammates. Sorry for the confusion there, but we're into it. Underdogs up against iTag back. Like we said, Gringo, Incognito, and Tway up against Bobby, Wiffle Bat Whacker, and Azure Dragon. For those of you who are curious, Azure is a blue, and it's like when the skies are clear, you would call that like an Azure sky. And there are like a million different variations of blue, and Azure happens to be this person's favorite variation. So respect it. Thank you very much. 20 seconds in, 0-0, game 1 of a best of 3.
Not to be confused with the Blue Eyes White Dragon. This is an Azure Dragon. Get it right. You'll offend him. Just letting you know. Don't want to offend a dragon. Good placement by Gringo there at the midfield. But not going to work out here. They rotate in. Here's Tway off the wall. What's he going to do with it? Manages to just bounce it down. And iTag back. Going to set this one up. Trying to slow the game down a little bit. You can tell underdogs just trying to keep some speed up and make sure they have control of the ball at all times.
They've had control for the majority of the game as well. 3 shots. Just 40 seconds. Props to them. There's Bobby with his first shot. Will go out way wide, though, and all 3 defensemen from Underdogs were ready in net to make the save if necessary. I think double commit off of a pass. You don't want to see that, but it is early in the series, and maybe they've had a break before their last Rocket League game. There's Bobby looking to contest, and once again, Incognito on top of the ball. We'll push this one out. Just exchanging a clear at this point, waiting for an opportunity to strike, and so far, iTag back has not found their first opportunity. They're still sitting at 0 shots on net.
They've been kind of playing the corners, playing the walls a little bit. Now we finally see a shot come through. At least it's recorded that way. Tway gets blocked out. Here's Azure Dragon. Might have a chance here. Empty net. Bobby. Oh, he whiffs that. Probably going to kick himself for a few seconds. But again, right back into the center. Incognito looking for Tway. Incognito's going to follow it, but no, Bobby is there. I'm liking iTag back and the way they just making sure that there's a man back ready to strike and another man back just waiting for that big clear if it ever comes through. It's a good strategy, especially here in the early rounds of a tournament.
Yeah, I mean, we saw, you know, Amateur Hour have to pay for not having that last man back, and there's Bobby, who usually is the last man back, but this time he's pushed up, and he's been the cherry picker out from the corner, beats out 2 defenders.
Gringo was expecting Incognito to get a touch on that ball, send it right back around the corner. It just didn't happen at all. So he had to sort of panic rotate and try to take some sort of bash at the ball. It just did not work out there. Bobby finds his way through. We're edging up on halftime here as Tway again in the corner. Oh, Bobby, the field's back, but that should have been a bullet at the net, Jim.
Yeah, it should have been, but now it gives Incognito a chance to push for his team. There's Gringo at the top of the box. Looking to sneak one underneath the defender. Can't do it, though, and Tway has got a couple of seconds to work with it. Opts to just play it away and gives it over to Azure. Azure now off the backboard for Wiffle Bat Whacker. Certainly the most entertaining name we've had all night. Hopefully we see more great names like that.
I mean, got to whack stuff with a wiffle bat. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying. Interestingly enough, there's Gringo out towards Tway. Tway finds bottom pocket. 1-1 equalizes. Underdogs are back in it.
Azure Dragon rotated in. He decided to challenge this, but Gringo just got underneath that ball in the corner. It was enough to send it to center. Both teammates coming up. Coverage to make sure that the goal happens. We're tied at 1 here with 2 minutes left. Interesting kickoff there. Bobby found himself in the corner now. Nobody in net. Not a great clearance either as Tway off the backboard. Looking for Gringo to attack. He does, but Bobby actually knocks that off the Dominus fender and sends it rolling. Pass over to Azure now. Pass Tway. And Incognito rotates in and slams that one towards the corner again. They need to clear this one out. They need it really bad. Oh, Azure!
Oh, nice pass. Well done. I love that pass. Look at that. He's sitting at the front post, waits for the opportunity, knows he misses that one, but he still stays there and gets the pass. Not sure if it was intentional, but I'm going to say it was, because if it was intentional, that makes a really cool play. So let's give him the benefit of the doubt, because we're nice people. We'll say that was intentional. 2-1 though for iTag back.
Speaking of tag backs, a pass back here. Bobby just can't connect with it. Incognito and Tway both go for it. Tway has been kind of like a sweeper in a way. He just kind of comes in and tries to make a play happen, even when there's a teammate there. And with a 3-on-3 format, it's not a great trait to have usually, as Bobby able to finish this one off a wiffle bat.
Yeah, once again, using that same left corner. This team just loves it. They look to play it low off the backboard, give it to a teammate, and one backboard pass is enough to beat one defender, which is why a lot of teams either prevent the backboard pass in the first place by pressuring the person passing or by setting up on the back wall, or they have a second member ready to back up the first initial miss, because that backboard can be difficult to deal with at times. There's Bobby pushing forward. Tway, though, will carry this one right out past the center line. There he is once again looking for the center ball. Wiffle bat whacker can't quite bat that with his wiffle bat, but teammates will be there to whack it away. There's Bobby now looking to pass it back to Azure, which he does, and they're confused as to who should take it. Both very generous players saying, you go, and nobody goes. There's Bobby now from the left side looking to drop one down. It's an empty net for a moment, but no third man there to come through to finish it off. 36 seconds to go, a 2-goal lead to make up for underdogs.
iTag back playing the Canadian way. No, you. No, I insist. But they do have a 2-goal lead, so I guess slowing down the play is one way of making sure that a ball doesn't come at their net. These whiffs are not helping either. Gringo, that's towards, but it's going to go wide. Here's Tway again. That's towards the net. A nice angle, but no power, unfortunately. Wifflebat able to knock it away, and 10 seconds left. This will spell disaster, at least for this game. That's underdogs will take game 1. I'm sorry, not iTag back taking game 1. It's a best of 3. They only need one more.
Fun fact, every single game so far on stream has involved a team scoring 3 goals. And 3 of those 4 have been a 3-1 scoreline. So there's your fun fact of the day. We'll see what that means. It probably doesn't mean anything, and it's just a random observation that I happen to have made. But, it's still, food for thought.
I mean, it's fun, and it is a fact, therefore fun fact.
Thank you. You understand me. But yeah, iTag back,
you, man.
Doing a great job. I think it was like a minute in, I looked at the scoreboard, I saw 4 shots from underdogs, none from iTag back, and then as soon as iTag back found that first shot, scored that first goal, they just snowballed forward and were able to just mount that lead and match 1-for-1. 7-7 in this case in terms of shots on net, and they scored 3. Underdogs only putting in 1. Game 2 though, and like we said, if iTag back in this game, they will move on to the next round.
Looking for underdogs to be a lot more aggressive in making sure that there is somebody back and able to then be aggressive on the ball. Didn't really see that too much on game 1. One of those people not doing that is Trey, but now he's got a great shot. A little bit far away for that, though, and Azure Dragon able to knock it out. Gringo staying back. That was wise of him. He should have attacked then, but he didn't. So Bobby towards the net. Here's Tway. Throws it towards his own corner. A great play by him on defense. 3 seconds have already elapsed. We've already seen a lot of aggression from iTag back. They're just keeping it on that side. Now Gringo had a shot. Now it's bounced off the backboard. Incognito Not going to work out. Pass down. Where's the third man? Nobody there for underdogs.
Yeah, you mentioned iTag back doing this, where they would always have one person set back, and now Tway's the back man playing that sweeper role like it was last game, looking to carry, push that one to the offensive side. And I think you mentioned the phrase sweeper, and it's very important in Rocket League to have that sweeper, because if you can transfer all your saves to offensive opportunities, your team is sitting golden. Save needed there from Tway, and he'll get it. Clear one out towards the center. There's Wiffle Bat Whacker now back towards net, and Incognito will exchange the clear with the clear of his own. Gringo misses out, leaves an opportunity for the orange Bobby. Bobby, though, will miss out on the opportunity. 1 minute and 20 seconds gone. Underdogs struggling again just to find that opening goal. If they can find the opening goal here, they might have a better chance, but if they leave it over to iTag back to capitalize on opportunities like this one, it could spell trouble and they could be out of the tournament.
Finding themselves under the ball a little bit too much. That's underdogs. Not able to make real clears. Oh, that's dangerous. Bounce harmlessly into their own corner. Here, underdogs again trying to clear this out. Past all three is Azure Dragon with the bouncer.
iTag back once again finding the first goal, and when they found this first goal last game, their pace of play accelerated. They somehow turned more accurate, and they just felt better about themselves. If that happens here, iTag back will have a very good chance at taking this game. And yeah, a bit of a kerfuffle, I think is the word you used to intro. Yeah, a bit of a kerfuffle on the defensive side from underdogs. They had 3 members in the defensive third, and none of them could make contact with the ball, which is something to worry about. I think it's much better to have 1 defender who can't hit than 3 defenders who all jump, none of them hit. So we'll see how underdogs chooses to, adapt to this and maybe change and only have 1 person back and have the other 2 forward. This is it, an empty net. Tway, please go in. It will go in. Tway equalizes for underdogs.
Yeah, Tway, again, just kind of sitting back, doing his thing. Incognito was almost in his way, but Tway said, coming through, I got it, and he slams it in. I mean, didn't expect that from iTag back. They've been really good about having a man kind of sitting in the penalty box, just waiting for something like that to happen just in case, but they got a little bit greedy, and like you said, they want to speed up this game now that they've scored, and it's a good strategy, but you have to execute that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you sort of get away from what you're comfortable with just because you're winning and feeling a little bit cocky, can leave yourself open, and they did there. They're used to having 2 members up, 1 member back at all times. They decided, well, let's commit 3 and just increase the lead. In the end, they ended up losing the lead. Now they're at a tie game. There's Incognito out towards the right side. Will miss out as Wiffle Batwhacker comes through instead. Tway has a shot and he chooses to take it. May have been a better option to go for the pass, as Incognito was sitting there, sitting pretty at the top of the box. There's a Dragon now over to Bobby, who won't touch in time, and now that's 2 members committed. The 1 member back, as per usual, is pushing up. There's Wiffle Batwhacker out towards the right corner. Zero Drake, or Dragon rather, will not be there to put one on net. 1 minute and 52 seconds remaining. Scoreline holds 1-1.
Both teams making some fairly decent plays, but very, very patient on the back end now that iTag back is tied up here with underdogs after scoring that first goal. Demo coming out here, Wiffle Batwhacker taking one for the team from Tway. Something that underdogs needed to capitalize on and get a huge clear. Oh, this is dangerous. Now, Wiffle Batwhacker was way too far back, and again, iTag back, usually fairly decent on positioning, but Bobby found himself at the sidewall and could not take advantage either.
Yeah, and iTag back, because they got scored on. Once they, ceded that first goal, they have slowed down. They haven't been as comfortable as they looked after scoring goal 1 in last game, because the response didn't come so early. Because underdogs was able to respond to that first goal from iTag back with a goal of their own so early on, they just, destroyed all the momentum that iTag back had gained after scoring that first goal.
As for challenging Incognito right there, it was a good challenge to just move that ball away from the sidewall. Tway, Wiffle, no, Wiffle will win that. Scuffling going on here in the midfield. Azure looking for the net. Nobody there. That's gonna go wide and high. Here's Wiffle again. Can't make it happen. Tried for the Wormbird and no power on it. All 3 defenders were there. Underdogs need to spread out a little bit. Now a bouncer. That'll be wide. Tons of shots coming out here from iTag back. They have decided to just amp it up right now. 15 seconds left. They don't want to go to overtime.
14 seconds. They're going to throw everything but the kitchen sink on net. There's Tway looking to push outwards. Bobby, though, will keep it in the blue zone. 5 more seconds to go. It's a free ball in no man's land. Will be picked up by Gringo, and iTac back does not want the overtime. Way might want it, though. He's going to clear this one out and away. That'll drop down. We're in OT 1-1. Next goal will take this game, and it's a very important goal. If iTag scores it, they move on, and Underdogs goes home.
Off the backboard. Whiffle can't quite do it. Bobby will finish this one off. That is the rotation I was talking about. Guys, I mean, you have to have a man back at all times. Incognito was completely out of position on this. Decided to go for some boost. Could not get there in time. The fireworks explode. And iTag back move on to round 3.
The first time in all of our streamed games that there hasn't been a team that scored 3 goals. So there you go. The fun fact was broken. Look at that. But yeah, the iTag back, like we said, after they got scored on for the first time here, just because the response happened so quickly, they seemed a bit demoralized. And they were like, okay, we just threw away our lead because we made a mistake, and they couldn't get past that mistake. But the overtime was the reset they needed mentally and in game. And a quick goal off that reset is what let them get the win. So props to them, 2-0 overall in the series for iTag back. They'll be moving on. Thank you to Underdogs for signing up and showing up and playing. They made it to round 3, so that's not too bad. They won at least one game to get here, so thanks to them for coming out as well.